strides, riding the waves of a country that thrives, with dreams in their pockets and hope in their eyes, built a legacy beneath the wide open skies. But the weight of the years, it's a double-edged sword. For better or worse, they've weathered the storms with laughter and pain, breaking through norms. From vinyl to cyberspace, they've danced on the stage. The baby boomers, a timeless page. Chasing that dream in suburban sprawl, with heartbeats of change echoing through it all. From protests and peace to texts that amaze, navigating trails through tumultuous days. With every new challenge, they rise like the sun. For better or worse, they've weathered the storms with laughter and pain, breaking through norms. From vinyl to cyberspace, they've danced on the stage. The baby boomers, a timeless page. So here's to the boomers in stories we trust, with battles they fought and dreams that adjust. For better or worse, they've weathered the storms with laughter and pain, breaking through norms. From vinyl to cyberspace, they've danced on the stage. The baby boomers, a timeless page. So here's to the boomers and stories we trust, with battles they fought and dreams that adjust.
Hey, welcome to my channel. Listen, this is my 78th episode of Let the Women Tell It. And I usually don't go live, but hey, listen, it's election day. So why not? Just let it go. It's so funny how things change over the years, because I've been a lifelong Democratic voter. Every so often I might vote for a Republican here and there, but this year is so much different. And if you hear some noise from outside, I don't know, I can't help that. But the funny part is, I know Megyn Kelly has been around, and I started listening to her as I started to listen more and more to both sides. Man, this woman is a gem, man. I mean, her politics might be something that some folks couldn't get with, but, she's at a Trump rally, and she's advocating for men. She's advocating for boys. She's advocating for women who believe that women are women biologically, and she wants to keep men out of women's sports. And, she's actually on top of her game. I never really knew that about this woman, and it's kind of refreshing. So what I'm going to do is play her 6-minute speech at a Trump rally. And she says a couple of things that I actually agree with. I mean, I don't see how anybody could disagree with where this woman's coming from, up to and including her telling Mark Cuban to get the hell out of her face. So, I mean, it's funny how what's going on. Could tell you, here I am. It's live. It's election day. We're going to have fun today, regardless of who wins. So I'm going to go ahead and play Megyn Kelly and, and let the women tell it. This is one of my favorite series of Let the Women Tell It, right? Men talk a lot, and women, sometimes they say all the things we need to say, oh yeah, that's right. Joe Rogan also endorsed him. He should have endorsed him a little earlier instead of the day of the election or just 2 days ago. But I don't know. I think the die is cast anyway, no matter what. Even though he has a real good reach and everybody hasn't gone to the polls already. So, yeah, it should be an interesting evening. BMU is going to have like a watch party tonight starting at 9 o'clock. So that should be interesting. But without further ado, we're going to play Megyn Kelly, and we're going to let her tell her side of the story. Stay tuned.
Come up here, Megan. She ripped the guy apart.
Hi, everybody. Oh, it's great to see you. Can you believe this guy? Can you believe the energy and the stamina on this guy at his age? I'm ready to go to sleep over there. He's got another rally to go to till tonight. Let me tell you, first of all, one of the reasons why I wanted to come here, one of the many reasons I wanted to come here. When I launched my show 4 years ago, we had Mark Cuban on the program. You know, yeah. May have seen he was in the news this week. And he started going on about how bad America's race history was and how ashamed he was of America. And that's why he was at all these protests. And he felt it was really important to stand up and speak out about human rights violations. And then it got awkward when I asked him about all the money he was taking from China. And then he dropped a bunch of F-bombs. And I thought, I really enjoy this feeling of proving Mark Cuban wrong. And so here I am at a Trump rally, a strong, intelligent woman to prove Mark Cuban wrong again. I won't take up much of your time, but I do want to tell you the main reasons I am voting for Donald Trump. Number one, immigration. He mentioned it. And people like Laken Riley. I'll be thinking about her tomorrow all day. 22 years old, killed in Georgia, a young nursing student by an illegal. I'll be thinking about Jocelyn Nungare, 12 years old, in Texas, murdered by 2 Venezuelan illegals. President Trump closed the border. Kamala Harris opened it by choice. It wasn't accidental. She said it would be humane. That's what she and her boss believed. Tell it to Laken Riley's family. There was nothing humane about it. He closed it. They opened it. It was an intentional choice, and there's no reason not to believe they won't do it again. The boys should not be in the girls' sports. The boys should not be in the girls' bathrooms. The boys should not be in the girls' locker rooms. Peyton McNabb, North Carolina sophomore in high school, slammed so hard in the face by a volleyball hit at her by a boy pretending to be a girl. She suffered traumatic brain injury and permanent paralysis. Kamala Harris looks at her and says, be kind, suck it up. And that's what's right. Why do our girls have to face brain damage in order to be kind to boys who want to invade their sports? And by the way, they are going into the women's prisons. She changed the law in California to make sure the taxpayers would pay for their sex change operations. She was not just following the law, she changed the law. President Trump will stop it. He got mocked by the left for saying he would be a protector of women. He will be a protector of women, and it's why I'm voting for him. He will close the border. He will keep the boys out of girls' sports and where they don't belong. And you know what else? One more thing. He will look out for our boys, too. Our forgotten boys and our forgotten men. Guys like you. Guys like these guys who've got the calluses on their hands, who work for a living with the beards and the tats, who maybe have a beer after work and don't want to be judged by people like Oprah and Beyonce, who will never have to face the consequences of her disastrous economic policies. These guys will. He gets it. President Trump gets it. He will not look at our boys like they're second-class citizens. And ladies out there who want a bit of girl power in this election, let me tell you something. How can you win when the sons and the husbands and the brothers and the dads you love are losing? It's not a win. We care, young women and older, about the lives of our children, the safety of our children. And we need not get so obsessed with what happens when they're in the womb that we forget about taking care of them Once we're here, and they're loved. Last point. What I don't want, what I don't think you want, is the left's version of masculinity. You see that ad they did about Trump voters trying to encourage women to lie to their husbands so that they could vote for her instead of Trump? That's their version of what marriage looks like. An overbearing husband who bullies his wife into saying she voted one way as opposed to an honest, open relationship. Oh, wait, I'm talking about Kamala and Doug. Okay, sorry. Where was that story in the news? Where was that story? I don't remember a single media person, not one, who sat with him, asked him about the abuse allegations against him by a successful professional attorney who has great details, who has receipts, who has witnesses. No one even asked about it. I'm not into their version of toxic masculinity or new masculinity. I prefer the old version. Them, all of you, and I prefer a president who understands how to be strong and how to fight. I hope all of you do what I did last week. Vote Trump and get 10 friends to vote Trump too.
Well, that's that, right? I tell you, man, what can you say? It was just short and sweet. I just wanted to play Megan's speech. I mean, we're down at the wire, and it should be an interesting night. And listen, as far as I'm concerned, life continues no matter who becomes president. But I think the United States is at the precipice of something really, really bad if Kamala Harris gets in, and the people who are leading her around like a puppet, or even people who are afraid of Trump. At least I really, really believe that the man actually believes in America first. I mean, I just do. I mean, I felt that way when he was president the first time, because he's unorthodox and all that other kind of stuff. Hey, what can you say? Nobody's perfect. We don't need saints in a White House. We need people who believe in the country. And I know the communist regime and the socialist regime and the effeminate regime and whatever the hell they call them behind Kamala Harris is not going to be good for the country, not at all. And it's going to be a continuation of what's already going on. And it's already an uphill battle to even get back some semblance of what America means based on the damage that Biden and Harris has already done. So I'm not going to stay here that long. I just wanted to get this out. So everybody have a good day, because we're gonna be talking about this damn election all day long. So with that, our pain, baby boomer over and out. Hey, Catilia, thanks for stopping by. I'll see you later.